Hey everybody, welcome to I'm Not Crying, You're Crying, the show about anything and everything because it's our show. I'm here with Juan.
Hey.
And Jay.
Hello, guys.
Krilla, is that you back there? And I'm Sean, and this is our theme music. Oh, that was the audience's eardrums, but this is now our theme music. Hey everybody, welcome back to I'm Not Crying, You're Crying, Season 4, Episode 4. Gentlemen, how are you guys doing this week? I couldn't find any other news this week to talk about other than the fact that Kanye West had dropped his long-awaited album, Donda.
Didn't he have release parties for that shit like a month ago?
I have no idea. I don't.
Like he got divorced, and then through the Donda parties that even Kim and the kids attended.
How did he find time to record an album in between like running for president and being a crazy person?
That's true.
I don't know. How did Trump run run the country with being a crazy person and getting banned from Twitter?
Well,
and
Trump
Facebook?
didn't drop an album.
That's also true. He dropped some dope tweets though.
Yeah.
Hashtag that
Like what, Sean?
Kofifi. That Kofifi, bro. That Kofifi. Yeah, man. Yeah, I was surprised that he had dropped an album. I don't know how you guys feel about Kanye West. I like Kanye West. I get he's crazy. And yeah, I don't know why the fuck he would ever run for president. I would never vote for him for president. I like his music. But yeah, that's like, it was apparently all of the rage and all of the kids are talking all about Donda. Now,
Have you listened to it?
I have listened to it as it was I had to. Once I had discovered it, I needed to listen to it.
Is it dope?
It was the dopest shit I've ever heard in my entire life.
Aw, shit.
It indicated to me that his life was dope and he did dope shit.
But you've always been a Kanye fan.
Yeah,
haven't you?
I do enjoy Kanye West's albums. I do.
Like he could give you a plate of shit and you would still like it.
You know what I called, for me, that plate of shit is 808 and Heartbreaks, and I did not like
Dude,
that.
if Kanye West gave me a plate of shit, I'd treasure that forever.
What was the tour that he went crazy for the first time? The one with the tilting stage, the floating and tilting stage.
I have no idea what the hell you're talking about. The crazy moments that exist for me for Kanye West is when Beyonce lost Album of the Year to Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
And then he made this song on his album Yeezus about how him and Taylor Swift were still going to have sex because he made that bitch famous, in his words.
So, in his mind, how did he make Taylor Swift famous? Just by interrupting her?
Yeah. Taylor Swift is nobody who beat Beyonce.
It was an iconic moment on was it the Music Awards?
Yeah.
Yes.
It wasn't the MTV Music Awards, was it? This was the Grammys?
Oh, man.
I think it was their Grammys. I can look it up if you want.
It could have been the Grammys. But the point is that in his mind, he made her famous. That like without that moment, Taylor Swift was never going to be Taylor Swift.
Well, I don't think she'd be as like, I mean, she'd still be a recognizable musician, but because of that moment, she's just made, it's just part of like the lexicon of music history. Like that moment happened, and that's a part of Taylor Swift's like musical history.
That's true. Well,
it wasn't the Grammys, it was the VMAs.
The Video Music Awards.
Yeah. And then
2009.
Thanks, man. Thank you,
Thanks,
Google.
Google.
I appreciate you.
You are welcome, motherfuckers.
So yeah, I mean, yeah. Well, the album was good. If you have time to listen to it, I enjoyed it. It definitely had some Life of Pablo vibes, which is like 2 or 3 albums ago.
What was that? The one that you just said?
The Life of Pablo.
That's when he went crazy during the tour of that one. Oh. And that's the one that had the the floating stage as well.
But the thing is, Kanye's always been crazy, man. Like this is the same guy.
No, he had a documented mental breakdown and had to cancel shows because of it.
Yeah. But I hear you. But he's always been crazy.
Well, he's been eccentric, and he's been he's just like a large personality. But I mean that was also like a documented like medical mental breakdown.
Yeah, it's point is that's I couldn't find any other news to talk about this week because apparently I didn't. There was that's not true. There's also like an ongoing feud with Drake and Kanye where I think Kanye had released Drake's address on Twitter or Instagram. I don't know, but apparently a lot of people know where Drake live in Toronto anyway, so it's not really a big deal. Yeah. Ironically enough, this YouTuber I listened to was talking about how he found out that Drake's address was leaked, but he had did an Airbnb in Toronto. Was like, oh yeah, they were having a party. He goes, oh yeah, don't worry about being too loud because the other guy that lives here, Drake, is also very loud. In fact, you guys may be in competition about who can have the loudest party. So I just mean, it's been a good week for music, I guess.
Hey, did you ever watch the Cleveland show when Kanye West guest starred?
I didn't watch the Cleveland show, and I don't really understand why you would have assumed I watched it.
I'm sorry, you broke up?
I'm just trying to understand why you would assume that I would have seen the Cleveland show.
Because you're African American.
Oh, I see.
No, I was asking. Yeah, but yeah, Kanye West. Guest starred in that one.
Yeah, didn't you watch it because you can relate to it because you're an African American male?
Yeah, I did watch it because of that.
Did you now?
Yes.
And what did you learn?
That Cleveland Brown was voiced by a white guy.
Is he?
He was, and then the whole movement of culture appropriation and taking work from different cultures. I believe the guy stopped voicing him, and now they have an African American person voicing Cleveland.
I don't know. I think they just canceled the Cleveland show.
No, they canceled the Cleveland show, but he went back to Family Guy,
and he just does Cleveland's voice, right?
I believe so. Yeah.
So they didn't change any voice actors.
No. The guy that used to voice Cleveland is no longer voicing Cleveland.
So
I believe
the guy that voiced the black character in Family Guy and then on the black-led show, the Cleveland show, was a white guy.
Yes.
Then the cancel culture was like, hey, bro, you can't be a white guy voicing a black guy.
Exactly. Yes.
He couldn't be a dude disguised as another dude.
No. Same thing with Hank Azaria and Apu. I think, I don't know if they removed him, but I know there was some controversy.
There was, but I think Hank Azaria was like, you know what, before this heats up too much, I'm gonna back out a little bit. But you know what? Here's the thing: if Fisher Stevens can get away with it,
oh my god,
for 2 movies, then I feel like we're barking at the wrong fucking tree.
Who's
Fisher Stevens?
You've never seen Short Circuit?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the Indian guy, Benjamin Javedi. Yeah, that's Fisher Stevens, played by a very, very white man.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, they're cartoon characters, like, and a little bit of it is acting, I don't know. It's just this fine line between like, insulting racial stereotypes with a voice and just like recasting the voice just based on race entirely, like because a black person can also do a very offensive black voice.
yeah, as every stand-up's ever told me.
Yeah,
that's yes they can.
Pretty soon they're gonna cancel fucking people playing the wrong sexuality. I wouldn't be surprised if they go after Neil Patrick Harris for playing the most ultimate straight dude being a gay man. Yeah, but I mean
that's acting. That's it's all pretend. Like they're pretending.
We know that. I know that. You know that. But cancel culture may not agree with that.
I mean, what side are you on as far as cancel culture? Because I've done a few Latin voices, and then you've jumped down my throat for them. So
that's true.
That's because my people are offended.
Your people in total.
My uncle El Chupacabras does not appreciate
your uncle's name is El Chupacabra.
Yeah, it used to be Shorty, but
what?
Wow, this is offensive. Like.
Yeah. All right. Well, listen.
It used to be El Joker too.
Okay. All right. So listen, Kanye West is crazy. Juan is clearly racist and on the side of cancel culture. And Jay, I think you did a spot on impression. I've met several chupacabras, and I think that I think you did a very great job.
The fuck, you met several chupacabras, you dumb mother effer.
Well, you clearly have an uncle that's a chupacabra.
Yeah, I met your uncle Chupacabra.
He sounded exactly like Jay's voice. So we're talking about the Cleveland show, talking about Kanye West being crazy on TV, which bring me up to today's topic, which is children's TV. I grew up in the early 90s, mid 90s, and I grew up in a very specific set of children's television on PBS,
which is now canceled.
Are they canceled? Well, no. I mean, for me, I'm talking about Sesame Street. I'm talking about Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. I'm talking about fucking
Reading Rainbow.
Reading Rainbow, Wishbone.
The Magic School Bus.
The Magic School Bus, which I think was that on PBS or KCET?
It was on Fox when I started watching it, and it's back now on Netflix, man.
Yeah. The Magic School Bus rides again. In addition to having the old episodes, I have Captain Planet. I have some traditional stuff, but I mean, what kind of stuff did you guys grow up on? I mean, I feel like I got a pretty good, well-rounded education from television.
Dude, I watched Sesame Street. I think way longer than I was really supposed to watch Sesame Street. I think I was watching Sesame Street up until I was 12 or 13. Just, I felt like I was maybe I should continue watching it. Maybe I missed something, and I just want to feel left out.
Man, I loved Sesame Street. I grew up on that shit. I remember watching the Sesame Street movies. I don't know if you remember them.
Follow That Bird.
The name of it.
Yeah,
is it the one where Big Bird runs away?
It's called Follow That Bird.
And thank you. I've been wondering what it was. Also, I had the VHS tapes, Sesame Street bedtime stories, and it's Big Bird trying to tell you to go to sleep and how you sleep, and I just
close your eyes.
Yeah, and this is how I sleep in the nest, and you would try to imitate him, but yeah, I definitely grew up on that one.
It's just a tape of Big Bird going, shush, 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 Duck, just shut up, close your eyes, close your eyes.
Let Snuffleupagus play with you.
Shush, 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 shush.
No, but then I also switched over to the Mexican Sesame Street, Plaza Sésamo, with instead of Big Bird, it was Montoya.
Montoya, yeah.
Which is the big green bird.
I've never heard of whatever the hell you just said. Right?
Yeah, me neither, dude.
That's because you guys were never in Mexico and trying to fill the gap that the American Sesame Street left in your fat little American heart.
Did they teach you English words? Because Sesame Street taught some Spanish words.
They did.
I can't remember, man. I just remember watching it and going, "This is not fucking Big Bird." And I think even Big Bird guest starred in a couple of episodes.
What? Did he have Why was he there?
Yeah, was he there getting coke? He's like, hey man, I gotta pretend to be a 6-year-old bird for a couple more years.
Was he smuggling for Narcos or?
You know how much coke you can fit in a big ass bird?
So. What? I think Jay, I watched Sesame Street a lot longer than I was supposed to. But the thing is, those things they age very well. A lot of the content ages very well. I mean, not just because it's all basic knowledge that every child should know, but my daughter, she's now 8. And when she was a little bit younger watching Sesame Street, and I go, I think I watched this when I was a kid, and I go, this shit is still fucking relevant. I got the Count who still can't fucking count. but he would just yell the numbers.
He counts.
Yeah.
1, 2,
Yeah.
3,
Yeah, you know, Bert and Ernie shit never gets old. You just
but they finally came out as gays.
Oh.
I'm sorry, Juan. Did you say?
They finally came out as gays, and Cookie Monster turned into a.
Did you say
cookies are a sometimes food? Which
whoa.
fucked me over.
Can we back up for a second? You said they came out as gays.
Yes.
Like, can you say the gays just to complete
the gays?
Yeah, Jesus Christ!
You were so excited, like you were like, "Oh my God, I today's the day that they're gonna finally come out of that closet."
You know, growing up, everybody's like, they're gay, and they finally came out.
You know what? Yay. Honestly, when I watched Bert and Ernie, I never suspected that they were gay. I thought they were just like good friends that lived together.
Yeah,
same here. And took baths together with rubber ducky.
They never took baths together. That's
they were in the same room together while they were
but they weren't in the same tub.
Bert.
You have a very weird memory. I think you know what, Juan, you say you never looked at him that way, but I feel like I
remember I didn't start wondering if they were gay until I was in high school, because again, I watched Sesame Street when I was a little bit too old. Fuck it, I'm gonna confess. I still like every so often go down the rabbit hole of YouTube and look at old like Sesame Street episodes or songs from Sesame Street.
Who's your favorite Sesame Street character? Juan.
Mine, I could tell you right now. I'll name my top 5. Oscar the Grouch, love him. Snuffleupagus, Big Bird, Grover, but as Super Grover, and fuck, I need one more.
But you said you can name your top 5. You only have top 4. Jay, how about you?
It used to be the Count, but Count kind of fell off, and then Cookie Monster. I do love Cookie Monster, except cookies are now sometimes food. Fucking traitor.
Okay. Jesus Christ. Well, Jay, do you have any favorite Sesame Street characters?
No, I never like really liked a lot of the Sesame Street characters because I thought they were kind of ugly in comparison to the Muppets.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, if I had to choose one, I'd probably pick either the Count.
Same family.
I know, but I don't know. I just felt like Sesame Street was inferior to the Muppets because they were just like educating people and they weren't really doing a lot of entertaining. But if I had to choose one or two, I'd probably pick the Count, and maybe Grover and Telly. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I can't think of my top 5, Juan. But you know, I don't know what it is about Grover, but I just love that silly motherfucker.
Yeah,
he's hilarious. But yeah,
no, I have the pop of him as Super Grover. I love them, and I like the fact that my kids kind of like the same monsters because they were monsters. But that
you know what I liked most about Sesame Street? Like it's an easy watch, you know, because the segments are really short, and you know, like it goes like the whole show goes by really quick. It's just a series of like sketches and scenes, and you spend maybe a minute or two with some of the human actors, and you know, and then by the end you're like, oh wow, this show's been brought to you by the letter A and W and the number 12.
Yeah. And then, and then you're singing the song. And then you're singing,
Sean.
No, it's okay. And then you're singing the song, "Sunny Days Chasing the Clouds Away."
Yeah. No, and they had some pretty good fucking guest stars, man. I mean, they've had like Robin Williams. They had I think they even had one. They have actual artists, recording artists, singing there. I know they had Bruno Mars at one point.
Dude, how recently have you watched Sesame Street?
I'm telling you, my son likes. There was a couple songs that he liked from Sesame Street, and the way that the YouTube algorithm works is I would be listening to Eminem, and then fucking Elmo and Elmo's World comes up after Eminem. And I'm like, it's not that bad.
I don't understand the fascination with Elmo, but you know what? It's
I never considered him one of the originals.
Did you guys? What about Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood? Did you guys ever get into that?
Dude, I love Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood.
Yeah, Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood was like, I think my favorite thing in that on Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood was that he would go into some random ass place and just show me how they made shit. He's like, you want to know how they make these ships? And he would explain it to you like as if you were 5. And I was like, this is great. I feel like a fucking genius after this.
He's like, hey, you guys want to see how milk's put into cartons? And yeah, totally, dude.
Yeah.
No, I never got completely into him. I did see a couple episodes, but I wasn't like one of those diehard fans. But I still wanted to see the Mr. Rogers movie with Tom Hanks, just because I wanted to see how he was portrayed.
Like Mr. Rogers.
Yeah. It's I didn't watch it, but my wife had it on, and I think I caught the end of it. But he was portrayed as if he was his character. So the person that you saw on TV was Fred Rogers.
Yeah, I heard he was generally a very nice guy, and he was truly like Mr. Rogers, like the character.
Yeah, he fought for funding for children's education. I think I don't know the exact story, but I think they went to a trial and he fought for more funding for children's education and children's programming. And he made this speech about like the children are the most important, like it's something that's on YouTube. If you can find it, like you should watch it. And it's so heartwarming. And it's one of those things where it's like, as a person, you want to do more and do better because this guy stood up for, the things that he felt were important, Yeah.
He did an episode trying to break down the racial lines. Was it the mailman that was African American?
No, Mr. McFeely was a ginger guy.
Again, I'm not a huge fan, but I remember seeing the episode where they soaked their feet together in the little kiddie pool. And now, as an adult, it comes up every so often on YouTube or TikTok and shit like that about him trying to break down the racial lines with that one episode.
I think there was an episode where a kid had like AIDS and cancer, something like that. Like he was in the hospital still. Yeah, and then he was trying to like tell everyone that this kid is normal and he's not like people. There was that big AIDS scare in the 80s and 90s, and this little kid had AIDS, and he was just a normal kid that just wanted to be a normal kid, and Mr. Rogers treated him like a normal kid.
Yeah, and that's the thing, and that's one of the things about Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood that I think I didn't appreciate enough until I got older, which is that they took time to address stuff like depression and being ashamed and feeling afraid, and they did it. And granted, he did it through like those puppets, like Lady Elaine and Daniel the Lion and Prince Friday or whatever the fuck. But like he took time to address all that stuff, and maybe somewhere deep down the back of my head, when shit happens in real life, I'm just like, you know what, Daniel the Tiger dealt with this, so I think I can too.
Yeah. Which, by the way, those puppets were frightening.
You know what?
Yeah.
Lady Elaine scared the shit out of me. Like this big red nose, like fucking puppet. Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah, in comparison to the puppets that were on Sesame Street, the puppets on Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood were like things of nightmares.
Yes, nightmare fuel. It's fucking crazy. And I'm like 90% sure that Daniel the Lion was just wearing a wristwatch as like as a bow tie or some bullshit like that. Like it oh my God. It's I can't get her face out of my head right now. Lady Elaine. But if you want to watch the Fred Rogers movie, Juan or Jay, and I think Jay's the one who told me about it, but you should watch the show called Kidding. It's Jim Carrey where he's playing a Fred Rogers-esque character, and essentially, they kind of show his life kind of deconstruct from this bubble of like perfection that he's built for the world. And it's like his world is devolving, but the persona he puts out is like very Mr. Rogers. Yes, and his family is like, bro, you're crazy. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
The cool thing about Mr. Rogers is his key demographic were children, but he never really, at least to me, it didn't seem like he spoke in a condescending way. Like he spoke like he was speaking to peers.
So yeah, Juan. I mean, I don't think he ever. I think if I'm understanding correctly from the previews, it sounded like he specifically spoke like an adult to children, so that it didn't insult their intelligence. I think.
Yeah.
I mean, all of us being around kids, kids pick up on a lot more than like you probably give them credit for. Yeah.
Like I can't stand fucking Steve from Blue's Clues because I feel like he's a condescending son of a bitch, man.
I love Steve from Blue's Clues.
He's back. All three hosts are back
at the same time.
Yeah.
I don't fucking.
In fact, Steve is wearing a baseball hat because one of the reasons he left the show is he started losing his hair during the show, and he didn't want to grow old doing this kids show, and then he also wanted to focus in his music career that obviously didn't go very far.
You seem to know a lot about these kids shows.
Yeah, I didn't watch.
I have
Blue's
kids,
Clues.
I had a niece that loved fucking Blue's Clues. I hated it. I think my oldest nephew liked Blue's Clues too. I can't remember who had the stupid notebook. And then when Joe left, when Steve left, it was a devastating event at my niece's home because she really loved him. But again, Mr. Rogers, I didn't get the sense that he was condescending. Like the way he spoke was like an adult, but he also had like the soft, smooth, calm tone to his voice.
It's like, hey, lady, two stallions.
Hey, Billy D.
Hey, ladies, Colt 45. So there's some other stuff on that was on children's TV. I don't know, but like Jay mentioned, Reading Rainbow.
Reading Rainbow.
No, but no. The Muppets is another one, and that wasn't necessarily kid TV. That wasn't.
Well, here's the thing. I grew up watching Muppet Babies, and I know you guys are going to make fun of me, but I didn't realize that there was a Muppet show until later on in my life. And then when I started watching the Muppet Show, I go, "Oh, this is so cool! Muppet Babies did so well that they're doing a live action thing."
Stupid.
Yeah.
God damn.
Have you guys seen the Muppet Babies now? Like,
no, I'm an adult, dude.
Yeah.
Well, I put it on for my kids going, you know what? Daddy grew up with the Muppets. These Muppets
it's not as good. It's not as good because like the Muppet Babies, they did a lot of like pop culture references on the Muppet Baby show.
Mm-hmm.
And like when I watched it, I was maybe like 10 years old. And I was like, wow, they are parodying a lot of like like Star Wars, Indiana Jones, like movies that I just started watching, and I'm like, wow, the Muppets, the Muppet,
they're cool.
The Muppet Babies
they're talking about it.
They're acting like the characters, and I'm like, wow.
That's go ahead, Jason.
No, I thought that was just like interesting and so cool.
Yeah,
I was pissed off because there was missing characters from the Muppet Show from the Muppet Babies. Because in the Muppet Babies, you had
Scooter and Skeeter.
Yeah, and you didn't have them in the original Muppet Show. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Skeeter was the sister that they made up for the Muppet Baby show. Yeah.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes. Yeah, but I really love the original Muppet Babies, and I try to get my kids to watch the new one, which they do like, but I can't get past Summer the fucking penguin, and I do like the fact that the animation makes it look like they're actual Muppets to the point that sometimes I go, wait, are these real Muppets? But
what?
The new animation isn't like a drawn animation. I think it's a computer generated animation, but the way they're designed, they look like the actual Muppets to the point that in certain scenes you're like looking and going, wait, are these puppets or is it animated?
I feel like you're the only person who's confused. But Juan, I'm very curious. Who's your favorite Muppet? Can you count your top 5 on your hand right now?
Yeah, Kermit, Gonzo.
Kermit? Are you Miss Piggy? Is that who you are?
Hell yeah!
Kermit, Gonzo, Fonzie the Bear, Rufus,
Fonzie the Bear, hey,
and Camille.
Camille. The chicken.
Camille?
The chicken.
The chicken.
The chicken. Camilla?
Camilla, yeah.
Yeah.
How about you, Jay? You have any favorite?
I do. I love Gonzo, Fozzie, Rolf the dog. I love Bunsen, Honeydew, and Beaker.
Yes. Yes.
I forgot about them. God damn it.
Yes.
Oh, and Animal. Yes. Of course, Animal.
Yes.
Shoot. I forgot about Animal.
You know, I love the Muppets. There's some of my favorite characters. I think my first Muppets that I ever fell in love with were Beaker and Bunsen Honeydew. all just because of all the ridiculous shit they get into. But then immediately after them, maybe even at a tie, is Rizzo the Rat. Rizzo the Rat. He's fucking great. And then after him, it is Pepe the King Prawn.
Wow, those are obscure, dude.
I know, but it's I wish I had a better impression voice, because I fucking love Pepe's voice. He's like a cocky asshole shrimp, dude. It's great.
I love going to California Adventure when the Muppet Show was there, and then when they took it out, and I went to Orlando and they still have it over there. That was one of the things I saw. Fucking love that 4D show.
There's just something magical about the Muppets, you know, like they have so much charisma, and they're all like, they all started out like sock puppets.
Yeah, and you know what really kind of makes me sad is they're getting treated so poorly right now, because I feel like they just can't pick up any traction with the new generation of kids. Like, they started on Disney Plus, they did a show on Disney Plus, which I don't think is going anymore.
The Muppets?
Yeah, the Muppets, and then they had the two Muppet movies that are 3 Muppet movies
with
I think.
Jason Segel.
Yeah, with Jason Segel,
which brought them back. Which I didn't know that Jason Segel wrote it, because he was such a huge fucking Muppet fan.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Like they tried to modernize the Muppets with that TV show, and they made it a little adult, and it's just like it's a little off to see the Muppets in that way, you know.
Yeah, I just feel like, you know, I know they're good. I know they're a good IP. Like, I love them. I still care about them. But it's like, whenever I see them do something, like, oh, come on, guys. Like, it's almost like you're watching that guy who sold out, and it's just like, I know you can be better than this. Come on. But again,
you know, every time I walk by or drive by the Muppet Studio, I'm like, I wish I knew somebody that could give me a tour of that place. If you could only hear the stories that probably happen in there.
I don't want to hear those stories.
It's just, some guy had his hand up somebody else. I mean, listen.
No, go through YouTube. Find some of the old Jim Henson videos of him doing late night shows or interview shows with the characters, and it's pretty damn good, man. And the wit that man had to. I don't know. It was just very good. It's sad that we lost him for such a dumb reason.
Wait, what? Why did he? How did he die? I don't remember.
He had pneumonia.
Oh,
yeah. I mean, can you cure pneumonia?
If it could be treated if you take care of yourself.
So if you had a time machine right now, the first thing you would go and do is tell Jim Henson, "Hey, bro, go get that sniffle checked out."
No, I would go kill Hitler. Then I would go and...
Oh my God.
Jesus Christ, man. You would alter the course of history, and then you would come back to a president where Jim Henson was probably speaking French. I don't understand.
Have you not watched Rick and Morty?
Yeah.
No, we've been through this. I have not.
Good.
I have not.
Yeah, you're definitely a Morty. That's so,
you know, sorry.
No, go ahead, man.
There's one movie, or I don't know if it was a movie or an episode, but it was after Jim Henson died, that Kermit the Frog gives, like, I think Gonzo and some of the other Muppets, the task that they have to put up a tribute show to Jim Henson after he passed. But nobody really knew who Jim Henson was. Some people pasted together that, he's probably an accountant because his name is on the checks that we receive every week that we get paid. And they put on a very nice tribute song at the very end, and Kermit comes in and goes, "Wow, guys, this is great. He would have loved it."
It sounded like what you just described was a roast of Jim Henson in lieu of like a what do you call that speech at a funeral? And it sounds
eulogy.
A eulogy. That's what it.
For his funeral, the Muppets performed.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
That's amazing. Like you're dead and your socks are performing.
they sang Jim Henson's favorite song, man. I don't know. I don't think I ever realized how much I loved that guy until I started getting older and realized how much of my childhood I owe him.
Well, Juan,
I owe his puppeteering.
Well, Juan, if you want, I'll put my hand up your ass whenever you want. So, and thinking about these old shows, and like one of the things it reminded me of is that like we used to have an old set-top box TV, and it didn't have a remote control. In order to get to like PBS and KCET, like I had to use a whole different dial. Like I had two dials, 1 through 13, and then like 13 through everything else. And I had to hit a little switch that like changed the TV receiver in order to get there.
And UHF.
Yeah. I was like, and I realized, and I think we talked about this during the Millennial episode. I don't remember, but like kids will never know. Like everything's just on one channel, is always streaming. The internet has it. But there was a time when if your antenna was a piece of shit, like
coat hanger.
Yeah, you foil, coat hanger. Hey, look, go over there and touch that door, but don't move until the show's over.
Sit over there. Sit over there. Yeah. And you sit over here and you hold this. Please tell me wasn't the only poor motherfucker that had to change the channel with a set of pliers because we had broken off the knob.
I've done. My grandma made me change the channel that way.
Yeah. There's a really good scene in the movie called Blank Man with Damon Wayans. If you watch the beginning, they do exactly what you described, Juan, where like you gotta get all this shit going, flush the toilet, fucking use coat hangers and tin foil.
Yeah, I remember having to buy several antenna bunny rabbit ears because they would break because you would move them all the time to try to get that good picture reception. So you would either shrink them, move them. So over time they would break, and if they broke when fucking Radio Shack was closed, you had to improvise with the coat hanger, or if you broke it and didn't have money to buy the stupid antenna.
I'm this old. There was a time where TV would stop. Programming would stop. They wouldn't show anything, and then you would just see a bunch of
not even
they would just see a bunch of color bars on the TV.
Yeah,
and then
you get the Pledge of Allegiance.
Yeah, and then like I remember, is maybe I would wake up really early as a kid, around 5 or 6 in the morning. And the color bars would still be there, and you would have to wait for TV to start. And it would start with the national anthem, and then that's when TV started, and that's when you would watch TV.
Or if you had cable, you could just switch to the other channels.
Well, I wasn't rich.
Yeah, Juan. I mean, you can't go about bragging about using pliers to change the channel and go, well, I had cable, so I just.
No. We had cable in one room only because I think it was like only one box per house, and if you wanted more boxes, you had to pay the extra one.
Well, when I was growing up, if I had cable, it was because my neighbor had cable.
Yeah, I saw cable at my friend's house.
Yeah, that's true. That's true, man. That's insane though, because yes, TV used to stop. Like there was just a point where there was nothing else to consume. It was just for like 12 hours while people fucking slept. But
the test pattern, man.
But Jay, when you describe that, it sounded like a fake country. It was like you find you wake up at 6 a.m. and there's no TV, and when you start the TV, it's the Pledge of Allegiance or the national anthem. Like,
yeah,
it's like you're breathing in that patriotism, like, because that is how you become a good citizen.
Yeah, it
in your country.
sounds so weird. Like, if you tell,
this is how we commence your brainwashing.
If you told someone who was born in the 90s, they would not believe it. It would be like, what?
Well, technically TV still ends because after a certain time, it just switches over to fucking infomercials.
Well, I mean, but there's still programming. There's still something that's going on.
Bro, yeah. I mean, like, you can get sock and boppers at 2 a.m. for $29.95 of 3 easy payments. So I just mean, like, yeah, but Jay's right. I mean, there's still something on. There's still something happening. Do you guys...
In fact, remember the air mattress sofa that I complained about when we lived together, Jay, that your cat fucking punctured? Bought it through an infomercial from late night TV after regular programming had ended.
Is this the same inflatable couch you're so proud of in your apartment?
Yeah, it wasn't an apartment. It was a house that we rented, and it was like a 5-in-1 aerospace fucking air sofa mattress. Pool lounger.
It was a tacky inflatable sofa.
Yes. Well, hey, Juan, I'm glad you're proud of it.
You had no complaint, man.
What, did you fuck him on it or what?
I'm not neither confirming or denying those allegations.
Jesus Christ. Okay, all right. So the last show I wanted to talk about was Spam. Was Reading Rainbow, because we started talking about it just briefly and we moved on to the Muppets. But Juan, did you ever watch Reading Rainbow?
I remember it. I remember the song, but I can't remember the content,
what?
man.
What?
It's like, yeah.
What? Then you never watched it. You're just...
No, I did. I did because I remember watching it as a kid. But you have to remember, I left the States at age 9. So from 9 to 16, I grew up with a lot of rerun programming in Mexico or very delayed episodes of shit. That eventually got to Mexico.
Reading Rainbow is dope, man. Reading Rainbow is like one of the first like travelogue shows for kids. Like LeVar Burton would just go to like a different place, and like we would learn about I don't know, like it was like Mr. Rogers. He would just go places and show us new things, and then there would be a new book that someone would read a story, and it was I don't know. It was just so entertaining.
I vaguely remember it, but I remember fucking Muppet Babies and other stuff a lot more than Reading Rainbow.
No, I mean, Reading Rainbow is like Jay said, it's a staple. And here's the thing. I don't remember any of the stories in specific. I just remember LeVar Burton being there, being very calm and soothing, and basically like, it's like you get a half-hour lullaby of like LeVar Burton taking you somewhere, reading you a story, and then shoving you back off to your parents. It was like the greatest babysitter ever.
Yeah, I mean, LeVar Burton would read some of the stories, but then sometimes they would have like a guest, like an actor would read some of the stories. And like when I was in elementary, and I'd watch Reading Rainbow, and like they would have at school, they would have those. These like scholastic
troll paper,
scholastic books,
papers,
like that you could order from the school.
Yeah, you get that 3-page flyer.
And that like because of Reading Rainbow, I wanted to order like all these different books that I'd seen on the show that I wanted to like read in person, and I would beg my mom to like get me those books, and like I got some of those books.
Yeah, fuck, man. My daughter gets those scholastic book things every once in a while, and I'm like, yeah, you go crazy. You get whatever you want, because I remember wanting to get a fucking book from there. When
it wasn't just books, but they had other fun shit in there too.
Yeah,
man.
when I was growing up, they had the big thing to get was Goosebumps. It was like you're waiting for the next the next Goosebumps book to come out because like you didn't read The Mummy Under the Stairs yet, or you're waiting for it to come out.
Yeah,
Goosebumps, the Guinness World Records book, and like.
And the Guinness World Records? What
kid wanted that book?
I did.
Just one. He's like, oh, look at this guy, the biggest booger in the world. Yep, it's fucking great.
My God, look at the longest yarn.
They also had some magic books too. That's how I got into magic.
Yeah, I mean, it was really exciting. You know, when you would get those books in school, and it was like Amazon delivery.
Yeah.
You felt special because the teacher would just show up and start like handing out your fucking orders, and I'm like, yay!
Yeah, I because of Reading Rainbow, I wanted to get a lot more books.
Yeah, man, Reading Rainbow is the shit. Reading Rainbow was the shit. Speaking of other things that were the shit, you guys, I mean, I think we're all old enough to remember Saturday mornings.
Of course.
Yes.
Right? Yeah, and like Saturday mornings, I think right now are not as good as they used to be. At least for like, I don't think my daughter watches anything on Saturday morning that doesn't come from some streaming app. You know?
Yeah, I don't think there's a station or a TV channel that really focuses on Saturday morning content. Like I remember waking up on Saturday mornings, the one day that I could sleep in, because I wanted to see the Disney lineup.
Dude, I had a ritual. I had a ritual. I would wake up at like 5 in the morning, and I would have a bowl of cereal, and I would watch every programming from 5 a.m. to noon.
Yep. Jesus Christ. Yeah, it's my ritual was TGIF. Then you will go to bed at like 10:30, 11. And then you will wake up the next morning, like 5 a.m., eat your food and like fucking stuff your mouth reading the back of a cereal box until TV came back on. And then you will watch all the cartoons that came on in the morning.
But they don't even have anything as good as TGIF anymore.
No.
It's like in our generation, we had TGIF to look forward to. Then you would go to sleep past your bedtime and wake up early in the morning, catch the Saturday morning cartoons, and you would watch them, and you knew it was over when it switched over to fucking sports.
No, you know how I knew? All right, so you know how I knew Saturday morning cartoons was over? Soul Train would come on.
Oh, yeah.
Right. Yeah. Oh, shit, I forgot about that one.
Oh, goddamn. Hey, Jay's that old. Soul Train's to cut him off.
Yeah, no, right. I remember that shit too, man. I also hated Sundays because if there was a big football game, the cartoons would get interrupted early because the football game had to be aired, and I hated that shit.
Yeah, man. Do you guys have any favorites Saturday morning cartoons?
Oh, so many, dude. So many. I loved watching Saturday morning cartoons that I would watch whatever programming came on before the Saturday morning cartoon. So I saw a lot of like weird, like shit type of programming. Like I remember that like 5 in the morning before on like NBC, they had a show called Whitney and the Robot. And it was just this old guy and he had a robot. And I honestly don't know any of the plots, but that was just the gist of the show. And they also had a game show called Kid Quiz. And it was kind of like this Jeopardy show for kids.
That's insane.
Mommy's Alive, was that a Saturday morning or was that a Monday through Friday thing?
I think Mommy's Alive started on Saturdays and then later it became like a Monday through Friday thing.
Yeah, I would like to say that it was on Saturday mornings. And then I remember watching repeat episodes Monday through Friday as I was getting ready for school.
The Saturday lineup changed a lot. Like I was usually up for Power Rangers. I was usually up for like any of those shows because they also came like the new episode of Power Rangers always aired on Saturdays. And then throughout the week you would get like kind of the lead up episodes, so you can kind of like rewatch like what was going on. And then they had like all kinds of other absurd shit. Like, you guys, so I was doing research for another thing. And then I remembered in my brain this show called Bots Masters. And it's basically like Transformers with some like rapping white guy. I kid you not. And he is like, he's rapping, he's fighting the corporation because that's what we did in the early 90s. It also reminded me of Cops.
Oh, yeah, Cops.
Yeah,
it was an animated Cops cartoon.
Yeah, this fucking scary looking black cop with shiny sunglasses and a robot dog named Bruiser. It's great.
Dude, ABC had Hammerman. It was MC Hammer, and he was a superhero because he had magical shoes or some shit.
I remember the Mr. T show.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he was solve mysteries with a bunch of kid gymnasts.
Yes. Did you ever see the episode
it's not creepy at all.
Alvin and the Chipmunks where Mr. T guest starred?
Probably. No. I watched it. I just don't remember what happened in it.
Yeah, I remember Alvin and the Chipmunks and Mr. T guest starring, and I think he, instead of calling them the A Team, he called them the C Team because of Chipmunks.
Punky Brewster had her own animated show.
She did. Yeah. You know, I think we talked about this in one of the other episodes, but I sent you guys an article from complex.com, but it was Camp Candy.
Oh, yeah, John Candy.
Yeah, fucking. Which he did voice it for one or two seasons, or one season.
I know we had solved this because I think off air where we had discovered that John Candy had voiced all of the seasons of Camp Candy.
Yeah, he also brought Eugene Levy on there to do a character, and I think somebody else from SCTV voiced a character on Camp Candy, and they wanted to do it because they wanted to have something to showcase to their kids, and they just wanted something to entertain kids and educate them.
Holy shit. I didn't realize this, but Gargoyles was another one of those shows on Saturday morning. Yeah.
Fucking love Gargoyles, man.
I was watching it.
It's on Disney Plus, by the way.
Is it?
Yeah. I tried getting my son to watch it. He cared less, and then I go, I don't remember the show starting like this. Like, I saw episode 1, and I'm like, I don't remember this.
I would be hard pressed to try and remember how any of these shows started, but like Captain N and the Game Master.
Oh my God, yes.
Like I don't remember I don't remember the intro. Don't remember any key plot points. All I know is he had a cool ass jacket and the Nintendo gun.
Now, wasn't that a spin-off from the Mario show?
No.
Or did the Mario show spin off of Captain N?
Have you ever seen have you seen the Mario show?
Yeah, it was live action, but then they would toss it into cartoons. But for some odd reason, I remember watching the Mario and Luigi cartoons along with the Zelda cartoons, along with the Captain N cartoons.
Okay, look, there was
or did they just go back to back?
First there was the live action with Captain Lou Albano and I forget the other actor who played Luigi, and they would do this live action segment as Mario and Luigi, and then they would have a cartoon, and then more of the live action, and then they revamped the show to the Super Mario Brothers show, and it was just a strictly animated show. And they had the Zelda cartoon also, as well as the new Mario show. And I think they were also advertising for Super Mario Brothers 3, the game. So they also had that aspect of it on the show. And then Captain N, I think that was just right before this whole Mario explosion. And Captain N was great because it like the guy got sucked into his Nintendo. And then they showcased a bunch of like characters that not a lot of people knew about, like Kid Icarus and Mother Brain and the Eggplant Wizard from Kid Icarus and Simon Belmont. Like,
I just like the fact, and I think I mentioned this in the previous episode, that he had the gray gun, not the orange gun.
Well, yeah, I mean the gray gun was the staple.
Yeah, that's yeah, man. It's I'm like, again, I'm going through this list. I'm kind of like having some nostalgia here.
You know, that list really pissed me off because it didn't have Tailspin on it, man. It had DuckTales and it had Gummy Bear.
That's because Tailspin sucked.
Fuck you.
Oh, yes, that seems like a valid argument to change my mind. Thank you.
Oh, I see your point.
And in that case, fuck you.
Yes.
I mean, Tailspin wasn't bad. It just was. It was just a little weird, you know?
It was. Like, you couldn't... You're like, is this a sequel or a prequel to fucking The Jungle Book? Or is it what they did before they met Mowgli?
Yeah, Tailspin, I was like, why do they all have jobs now?
Why is Shere Khan wearing a fucking suit? And why is he a corporate SOB?
Because, man, he's a boss, bro. He is a boss. There's so many good cartoons, and it makes me I'm excited because now, like, you can probably find them somewhere on some streaming service, but then I got to have like Paramount Plus and Disney Plus and HBO Max and all this other bullshit just to watch them.
Is there a cartoon from that list that you go, man, I hope they retool it or reimagine it and relaunch it?
I don't know if the Silverhawks were on that list.
No, they were not. That was another good one.
Yeah, but if because if they revamp that, I think it'd be really awesome because I don't know, it's like a little bit sci-fi, a little bit fantasy.
What was the name of the young one that didn't talk?
The Copper Kid
and shit. Yeah. That was my favorite because every Silverhawk episode ended with like a public service announcement type thing or now you know type of thing like G.I. Joe.
Yeah.
I know the Silverhawks, but I don't think I've ever watched an episode.
Oh, you fucking idiot.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. Again, your argument is very strong, and now I think I changed my mind. Yes,
Sean,
I am an
you
idiot.
fucking idiot.
Yeah. Yeah, no, dude, that was one that I was happy that when I went to Mexico, they were showing them, man.
No, I'm trying to think. I mean, I watched Cops. I watched Captain N. I
think Captain Planet would be a good show to revamp.
It would be, but it would be. I mean, what would it be about now? I mean, it would Captain Cancel Culture. That's what they should call it.
Yeah,
it just goes around. You get all the social medias together. Get five of them, put their ring, and they just go around canceling shit.
Yeah.
Just knocking shit out of people's hands.
Yeah, Captain Planet can stop some dudes who are involved in the Me Too movement, and
yeah. What's wrong? What's wrong, Juan? You don't agree?
I was just shaking my head.
Which side of cancel culture are you on again?
I don't know. You know how I feel.
You know what? One of the rings would be a flip flopper and a and a Karen. That's one of the rings.
Hey, I'm kind of curious to know original Ghostbusters or the real Ghostbusters.
The real Ghostbusters.
Yeah. It's why would you even ask that question?
I'm kind of curious if you ever saw.
I did see them, but when I saw them, I was expecting to see the real Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
Not this fucking talking gorilla.
Yeah, it's just so weird. The original Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
And then didn't they come out with the Extreme Ghostbusters?
They did.
Which was a sequel to Ghostbusters, but it was just Egon that continued on.
His name is Egon.
Egon. Yeah, that's what I said.
No, you did not. You asked him to let go of your Egon.
Yeah, Egon.
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 Fuck you.
Yeah. Okay. Fuck us. English. Yes.
Sean, you fucking idiot.
Go watch Silverhawks.
I will. The internet will allow me to find it. So, Jesus Christ, there's so many shows. But you know what? I feel.
What would your Saturday morning lineup be, Sean?
Mine?
Your ultimate lineup.
Like, what would make little Sean Cantley jizz in his pants?
Oh my God!
This was his Saturday morning.
You know what? I honestly don't know. I mean, like, if I'm choosing right now, it would probably be something like
Power Rangers.
Yeah, Power Rangers.
You fucking idiot.
Okay. VR Troopers. I don't fucking know, man.
VR Troopers.
When I think, which are basically Power Ranger ripoffs.
We are VR.
Yeah. It's fucking.
Was VR Troopers the one with the bugs?
No,
that's big bad Beetleborgs.
Yeah.
Beetleborgs, yeah.
You know what?
Yeah.
It would probably involve Power Rangers, Dragon Ball Z, and then like probably a long list of other animes and random stuff that I'd come across later in life. But yeah.
What about you, Jay?
I'd probably do the '90s Spider-Man show, the X-Men.
Yeah.
I might do like the Smurfs and Garfield and his Garfield and Friends. Garfield and Friends.
Oh, good. Wait, Junkyard Friends was right?
Heathcliff and the Alley Cats, or something like that. Well, Juan, we're towards the end of the episode, so now it's time for the gauntlet. Are you?
Nah, fuck you.
Are you ready?
I'm done.
Are you ready for the gauntlet? Oh, you're done.
I already know I lost.
You're done.
I didn't vote. Yeah, I'm done.
Oh,
Fuck you.
Well, here's the thing, Juan. I want you to know that I'm going to give you a sympathy vote, but just know that it doesn't matter.
No, I saw like 9 people voted for J. Cole's comment, or I fuck you.
So, everybody who is following along with us and the gauntlet, Jay's been on a fucking roll. His quote, which is Doc Brown whipping his dick out on Marty McFly, I believe this is it.
My calculations are correct. When this baby hits 88 miles per hour, you're gonna see some serious shit.
Yeah, that is the undefeated champion right now. Like not even close. Now Herbert, who joined us last week, he gave us this little gem right here.
You can't handle the truth.
You can't handle the truth.
Yeah, that's not what he said. But
sounds exactly like Nicholson.
Jack Nicholson, yeah.
And then Juan, he so willingly threw his last chance to stay in the gauntlet with this guy, with this one here.
You know what the difference is between you and me? I make this look good.
Now, Juan, what you should know is that is a good quote from that movie, but it was not good enough to keep you in the gauntlet.
It didn't even get a sympathy vote. Fuck you. Just shut the fuck up and pronounce him the winner.
So yes, Jay, you are the winner for the 4th week in a row. So now it is. And here's the thing, Juan. You're out. You're done. You got nothing.
I'm done.
No more horses in this race. I have one more, which I'm putting in the gauntlet this week to go up against Jay. Now, I reached out to a friend of the show, Dennis Satterfield.
Which one?
Dennis Satterfield.
Sean, you fucking idiot.
Again, your logic is sound. And I asked him to supply a quote to put in the gauntlet for this week. So right now, Jay, your competition is me, and I have one more quote to put out there, and Dennis. Dennis will he has a quote out there, so I will play Dennis's quote. Juan, I know you don't know this, but Jay, who's a normal human being, should.
Well, that's just like your opinion, man.
You're right. I don't know.
It's Big Lebowski.
Yeah,
that's
man.
The dude.
That's the dude. Yeah, the dude himself.
The dude abides.
That is the dude. Yeah. No,
the funny thing is, I actually saw that movie and I don't remember that.
Well, obviously, you didn't watch that movie. You fucking idiot.
Well, that's your opinion, man.
Yeah. Yes, and I will give you my quote right here.
You want to know how I got these scars?
Really?
Yeah. Really?
You think you're going to win? You might as well just have thrown the towel, you fucking idiot.
Listen, Juan, listen. I had many opportunities to change this and think about what I did, but I decided that I'm going to stick with Heath Ledger's "Do you want to know how I got these scars?" Because I think it's a solid quote, man.
It's pretty dope.
I mean,
it's not as good as yours, Jay.
I feel like maybe you're just backing him now because you feel like, you know what? I'm gonna rig this election. I'm gonna rig the election, Juan.
How are you gonna rig it?
I have no idea. I'm a fucking idiot, remember? So that is a gauntlet this week. Who will you choose? Is Jay gonna ride the high horse all the way into the great beyond with Doc Brown? Because here's the thing, Jay still has 2 more quotes, and those 2 quotes are. I mean, I feel like Jay, if you want to take your victory, I think you're good. But yes, will you vote for Jay? Will you? Will you vote for me? And how I got those scars? Or will you vote for Dennis, the dude, with his quote about, "Hey man, that's just your opinion, man"?
I say you guys just fucking boycott the gauntlet. Oh my God!
Wow!
Don't vote, and request to
look at this Karen trying to cancel us.
You don't know anything, man. I'm recording you.
Juan, you would get the flip-flopper ring, and you would want the Karen ring because you're such a fucking flip-flopper.
What do you mean by ring?
When you bring Captain Planet to life, it requires 5 rings.
We were talking about the reimagined Captain Planet. Yes,
not the old Captain. They never did that episode.
They probably did, but it was more kid friendly. Anyway, Juan,
Heart.
You're just yelling things that you know, Juan. Is that
heart?
There are 4 more rings. Go ahead.
Yeah, let's hear them.
Accents.
Earth, water.
No.
Wind.
No, man. You need to do the accents.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't do the accents. Fuck you.
Earth.
Yeah.
Fire. Wind. Water.
Heart. Go planet.
By your powers combined, I am Captain Planet.
Okay, all right. So what will it be? Who are you going to vote for in this week's Gauntlet? Juan, that leaves one question. Are you done?
I am fucking done. Fuck you.
Thanks, man.
Cantley.
You're a fucking idiot.
I'm done.
Yes. Yes.
Sean, you fucking idiot.
I'm done.
Well, thanks, Juan. That's great to hear. So, guys, tell us what is your favorite type of children's educational TV? You a fan of Mr. Rogers or Reading Rainbow or Wishbone or any of those awesome ones like that? Or how about your perfect Saturday morning lineup? Did you ever have to watch the Rainbow Bars until 5 a.m.?
And Whitney and the Robot.
and Whitney and the Robot, because he's determined to get all the cartoon in he can before fucking Soul Train comes on. Tell us, guys, we want to know. Juan, take it away.
Sean, I would like to say fuck you.
You
Silverhawks for life. Don't forget to rate and review the fuck you. Don't forget to rate and review us on iTunes. That helps us reach more fun folks like yourself, not like Cantley. Always find us. You can always find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter at INCYCSHOW. You can email us some of your suggestions at INCYCSHOW. You can email us your suggestions and comments, INCYCShow@gmail.com. Don't have time to type? Then fine. Just leave us a fucking voicemail. I love those, especially when we have Joe, what was his name?
Joe Smo.
Joe Smo, thank you.
I'm sorry, everybody. This is clearly Juan's first day.
What's wrong with your teleprompter?
Don't have time to type? Then fine. Leave us a voicemail at the link in the show notes at www.anchor.fm/INCYC show.
He reads everything on the teleprompter, even during an earthquake.
We have.
What was it on Ron Burgundy? Fuck you, San Diego.
Fuck you, Sean. You're a fucking moron.
Me? I'm a moron.
Don't forget, we have merchandise, guys. Before Herbert or Julio pick it up. Get your own. I'm not crying. You're not. I'm not crying. You're crying.
Dude, your cue card guy is he's fucking with you.
Your cue card guy is Michael J. Fox.
Obviously, my medication wore off already, guys. Fuck you.
So
I am tired.
So you did it? You finished?
Yeah, I'm. Okay.
You just did jizz right now.
That's dude. That's so weird. That's okay. All right. Well, it sounds like we've made it to the end, everybody. Okay. All right. Can I mute you? Can I mute your mic? I think I can. No, I can't do that. Everybody, have a good night. Thank you for listening.
Good night, guys. Thank you.
If you make it through this episode, I mean, by Jesus Christ.
Good night, everybody.
Listen to the next one. And good night. Good night.